The airport terminal hummed with the chaos of 1,000 lives colliding. But for Marcus Grant, time stopped when the gate agent's words hit him like a slap. "Sir, your seat's been reassigned. You'll need to take the next flight." Marcus, CEO of a Fortune 500 tech firm, stood in his tailored suit, boarding pass in hand, staring at the young agent whose eyes darted away. The first-class seat he'd booked months ago was gone, given to a white businessman who'd strolled past him minutes earlier, flashing a grin as he boarded. Marcus's pulse thundered. He'd faced this before: subtle slights, coded dismissals, but never so brazenly. At 42, he'd clawed his way from a Chicago housing project to a corner office. Yet here he was, reduced to a problem to be shuffled aside. "Explain why," he said, voice low, each word a blade. The agent stammered, citing overbooking protocols, but her glance at his skin told the real story. Around them, passengers watched, some whispering, others pretending not to see. He stepped back, pulling out his phone. One call. That's all it would take. As the plane's engines whined outside, Marcus dialed his legal team. "I'm at gate 17. They denied me my seat. Racial profiling. I want this plane grounded. Now." His voice was calm, but his eyes burned with a fury that could topple empires. Within minutes, his lawyer was on the line with the airline's corporate office, leveraging Marcus's clout and the threat of a public relations nightmare. The gate agent's radio crackled. Her face paled. "Sir, there's been a mistake. We can get you on." Marcus cut her off. Too late. The plane's departure was halted. Passengers already seated were told to deboard. Confusion rippled through the terminal like a shockwave. A woman in a red coat yelled about missing her connection. A businessman cursed, slamming his briefcase. Social media exploded. Flight grounded trended as grainy videos of Marcus at the gate went viral. The airline's regional manager, a harried man in a cheap suit, rushed over, sweating. "Mr. Grant, we deeply apologize. This was a clerical error." Marcus didn't blink. A clerical error doesn't single out the only black man in first class. The manager flinched, offering upgrades, vouchers, anything to make this go away. But Marcus wasn't here for bribes. He wanted accountability. As security escorted him to a private lounge, the terminal descended into pandemonium. Flights were delayed, crews reassigned, and the airline stock ticker began to bleed. Marcus sat alone, staring out at the tarmac where the plane sat, a silent monument to his stand. His phone buzzed with messages: support from colleagues, outrage from strangers, and a terse email from the airline's CEO promising an investigation. But Marcus knew promises were cheap. He'd spent his life proving his worth in rooms where he was never welcome. This wasn't just about a seat. It was about every door slammed in his face, every assumption that he didn't belong. Hours later, the airline issued a public apology, admitting unacceptable bias and suspending the gate agent. Training programs were announced, policies rewritten. But Marcus wasn't naive. Change was a marathon, not a sprint. He boarded a later flight, taking his rightful seat in first class, ignoring the stares. The man next to him, white and nervous, offered a weak smile. Marcus nodded, but his mind was elsewhere, replaying the day's battle. Back in Chicago, he met with his team, not to celebrate, but to strategize. The airline's meltdown was a warning shot. Marcus launched a foundation to combat workplace discrimination, funding legal aid for those who couldn't fight back. His story sparked debates on cable news, in boardrooms, and at dinner tables. Some called him a hero, others a troublemaker. He didn't care. He'd grounded a plane with one call, but his real power was in the ripple effect, forcing a reckoning that couldn't be ignored. As he stood at his office window, city lights sprawling below, Marcus felt the weight of his victory. It wasn't just his fight. It was for every person told they didn't belong. The terminal's chaos faded, but its lesson lingered. Injustice thrives until someone refuses to move. And Marcus Grant was done moving. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, Please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.